The show. Welcome.
Thank you, Ranjani ji. Thank you so much for inviting me. Uh, Looking
Yeah.
forward to this conversation.
Yeah, it's been a long time we talked about this topic, and um, I would really dive into this, the topic that we have chosen for today. And before we
Mhm.
get into that, I want you to introduce yourself. Where are you joining from, and what do you do? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure, sure. Hello everyone. I am Shivani Dhumar. I'm a psychologist. Currently, I'm based out of Pune, and I take up counseling sessions, and I also work part time with an organization, Innate Mind. And apart from it, out of my interest and passion, I do a podcast on YouTube, which is based on mental health awareness. So, this is a little bit about me. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, thank you so much for joining and sharing about your expertise. I was really inspired by the kind of work you are doing with your podcast,
Thank
and
you.
I really want to know why you chose this topic around mental health and well-being, and the topic that you're addressing. No, if you can share the why behind it, it would be great for people to know why was this topic today.
Sure, sure, sure. Mental health is something which is being talked about after COVID a lot. I understand that. But there is still no trust among people to take that step ahead and take that support from a professional, a trained professional. And
Mhm.
there is a lot of confusion about when to start, like when should a person approach a therapist, and a lot of things around the understanding of how it works, how the counseling sessions works, how the therapy works, what are the things, what are the activities, or what actually are the different domains in the mental health field. Also, it's a wide domain. There are a lot of things, like there is a clinical psychology, there is counseling psychology, then there is organizational psychology, so a lot of things. So it's not just about only a person who needs going through some severe mental health disorder or a issue is only the person who should opt for the therapy or kind of support from a professional. So I really felt that the need to bring that topic, since I'm coming from a background of mental health. So yeah, this was my why that uh, kept me going. And then also the other thing were about the personal experiences, uh, as a person, as not just as a professional. Personal experiences also led me to like take that step, because even as a person from mental health background, it
Mm.
is not easy to open up and be that, have that confidence. Okay, even I need some kind of therapy, and even I need professional help at that time. So these are the things which I would like to share with people, and that's the why behind my podcast. Yes.
Wonderful. So I can completely understand where you're coming from, being a psychologist and coming from the mental health domain. The services in India, I would say, especially in our country and the population we have,
Mhm.
we are very short to serve
Right.
our country. And definitely podcast like the ones that you have is like completely free to watch, free
Mhm.
to listen, free to learn. This helps for those who, as you said, trust is
Right.
not there. No, you don't know. So to build that trust, to take support from a professional. So a lot of awareness, I would say,
Mhm.
is what you are looking at, and
Mhm.
it helps. So being a psychologist is a very No, in the mental health domain, it's very overwhelming sometimes, and
Right.
often, experts in this area needs help.
Right.
It
Exactly.
happens. So it's a give and take. Like you are in the zone,
Exactly. Yeah.
and you also need that
Support.
recharge,
Yeah.
recharge to keep going. So we will dive more into that. So the topic today was about the self doubt, the self
Mm-hmm.
talk,
Mm-hmm.
and how do you think, like being a professional in this area, like how
Mm-hmm.
it's been impacting people? You're already doing some work. So, and if can you tell us, like, how is it impacting, as well as how you can help? How do you help them turn it into an empowering conversation? So,
Sure, sure. So, self doubt is something which comes when there are lot of insecurities, there are lot of fears,
hmm,
and when we talk about just insecurities, it depends. Like, it is not a generalized thing, it depends from person to person.
hmm,
Everyone has their soft corners, and when they are, touched upon, or maybe when they face such kind of confrontation towards those insecurities, that is one, like, that is the most common reason that the self doubt comes up. And then imposter syndrome is something which is talked about so much. And this is getting a lot common in students, and mostly the people who are high achievers, who have achieved a lot of things, but still they get into the feeling of imposter syndrome. So this is not an disorder, this is a pattern of thinking.
hmm,
In psychological terms, we call it as a kind of cognitive distortion, because there are a lot of reasons behind it. Like, a person wants to be genius all the time, not at all, not want to be make mistakes, or not want to have that failure, face that failure. And then there is perfectionism as well. So person want to be a superwoman or superman, and wants to be there for everything around him, may it be a personal life, a
hmm,
professional life. So these are the factors which commonly tend towards having the self doubt. And then there comes, the factor of the negative thinking pattern which
yeah.
starts with. So yeah, then it is just like a loop. When we have negative thoughts, again we go into the loop of self doubt. So such is the circle.
So before going into the conversation around, talking about the empowering side of it,
Hmm.
so as you said, post COVID, this is it is broader.
Hmm.
The broader is the impact, and we are more glued to the screen, and and definitely life keeps happening, and so the overwhelm and stress is there. I remember talking to my client this morning, and I was telling her, like, don't set goals where you bully yourself. So
Okay.
right. So often we as as you said, high achievers, we offer tend
Hmm.
to एक साल चला गया, next year with another goal, and now you run into a loop then. So it
Right.
becomes a chase, it becomes a race. So
Hmm.
take care of yourself. And being women, we have lot already on our plate. So
Right.
doing a business online, it becomes really overwhelming to
Hmm.
balance. So yeah, as you said, identifying these patterns, and we'll talk about how we can work around it.
Yeah, sure, sure.
So before we go there, I want to know, is there any personal story around it? Like, have you experienced something like this for yourself? That has actually pushed you, that you have a podcast and you are so dedicated around talking about this message that you have.
Yeah, surely, surely. A lot of times, but the specific, few of the monumental phases which we can say, I would like to dive into one and share a personal story. Hoping that it helps many. So it was like few years back. I was preparing for this exam, civil services, the UPSC examination, and so I invested my time, my energy, and a lot of efforts, and also a lot of money into it, like like obviously my parents were helping me to do that. And then when there was the first failure, it was like okay, this might be the first time, and that's okay. Most of the people face this, but when I faced it like for the second time, it started hitting me harder that okay, I'm not doing enough, I'm wasting the time, and I'm wasting the the resources, I am not being enough. So
Mm.
that was a time which started with a lot of self doubt, a lot of negative negative talk, which we were discussing earlier. So yes, that was a time that I felt okay, this is really getting into the negative pattern. I didn't wanted to, I didn't felt like doing anything. I was struggling with even doing my daily day to day activities also. So yeah, that was something, that was the phase which I had faced personally. So I would really like, which I really wanted to share with everyone.
So you have spoken, no, I would say the student, the population we have, and the young professional population. Like we have been there, and the fun fact here is, or I would say the dark side of it is, nobody really can see it. Like you're going through something.
Exactly,
We
exactly.
have this no happy face, or we can
Right,
easily
right.
pick that no, I'm fine, it's all good, all okay. And even with the family members, even the people you live, they don't know what's going on with you.
Right.
So it's
So till the time something strikes
Mhm.
harder
Yes.
and it triggers you, and then it disturbs you a lot, and disturbs you people around you, till the time you and not like others can understand that something is going on. Yeah. So that
Yeah,
was
absolutely.
really
Like I have my nephew here. She's preparing for her NEET. My daughter just finished her boards. I've seen these young kids going through it, and no, we have been there in our, yeah, no, age. But yeah, it is like no, at least people are talking about it. Like you and me are at least aware that in my times, no, this was out of syllabus, as I said in our last conversation. Okay, it's pretty normal. But
Mhm.
having said that, like considering if you can, like even work is stress, motherhood is stress. There's so much of overwhelm around any new thing that you take on in your life, or anything that no is no, you say no, not enough. You feel that you're not enough.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know, spiraling around you. So, what approach? Like I often see that there is a therapy option, or there is a coaching option. So
Mhm.
if you as a expert can you differentiate like where is the therapy services needed, and where we can distinguish the coaching can help.
Surely, surely, surely. So, when the issues are mostly around emotional aspects, not able to deal with that in a healthy way,
Mm.
getting affected our even our daily lives, as I mentioned before, even not able to do the daily cause, not just the housework, but your professional, your work life also, your social life also. When you see these aspects getting affected, and you are not being yourself, so that is really a symptom that a mental health professional should be approached.
Mm.
So this is about therapy. And there are a lot of things, I just mentioned in a broader terms. There are a lot of things like, emotional, the emotional pain, the overthinking, the
Mm.
thoughts which are raising are not able to stop. I'm just putting this in a very simple terms for everyone. So even little bit of like very less self esteem,
Mm.
getting affected by a talk by even a stranger, or even a small thing which might sound very normal to others, but that is, you are getting affected with it. So all these are the aspects which need to be, addressed with a structured format and proven methods into with the therapy, the mental health profession, which we can say. So this is about, uh,
Mm.
who should approach a mental health professional. And about coaching, since I'm not, into the coaching business, what I according to my understanding, I think coaching mostly helps in, when you are not emotionally, like you are emotionally okay, you are absolutely doing fine, but you need growth in life, you
Mm.
need guidance to grow, not
Mm.
just in work, not just in work, but also in personal life also. It can build that way.
Mm.
Getting good with the, like, organizing your house, your, getting work done, managing time properly. So need to have a clarity in life, need to have strategy. If you have some goal, the coach can obviously help you, walk with you with the on the path of, achieving that goal. So yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. I often like, though, like when you come to, like, I've worked with life coaches, therapists like you, and even the psychologists. So they often get these, on the, fence kind of clients, like,
Right,
either
right.
therapy or coaching, and, you
uh,
know, and
I'm aware of it.
yeah. And having worked with them, I can really identify, even when it comes to business, there are
Mhm.
people who need, as a coach, or they need, someone to consult them. So when it comes to
Mhm.
business, we can give it to as a consulting, where, you are not, actually being, coached. It can
Mhm.
be done
Mhm.
for you, kind of thing. So definitely coaching is a lot about skills and
Hmm.
strategies,
Absolutely. Right.
and therapy is for, like, just managing yourself, like, your
Right. Right.
self-worth, your self-esteem, your confidence, um, your clarity, as you said, align with
Mm-hmm.
your purpose. So this is where aligning with your purpose again is a strategy, but no again, like, the thoughts,
Exactly.
thoughts
Right.
that
Right. Right.
spiral in your head. And in fact, healing is also another way where people address this, like the trauma, uh,
Mm-hmm.
childhood, you had, or past experiences that is
Absolutely.
blocking. So all this come under the a little bit of
Under-
therapeutic plus,
Yes.
you know
Yes.
psychological way of handling stuff.
Yes.
So
Definitely.
how did you tackle your your challenges, and, in your personally, as you were talking earlier in this conversation, and what do you recommend, if at all there are some skill, or some habits that you have, or tricks or hacks, you can say, you can share it with us, like how do you, can help, tips to others to, manage things on a
Okay.
daily basis.
Okay. For, like, on a daily basis, in general, or for the person who is dealing with some issues, mental health issues.
Yeah, like somewhere, like people may have anger issues, people may have, overthinking issues. So, like, just a starting point, like they may, like if they are watching this live or a replay, they may identify a few things that they need help, or so how they can, work on it, if you can advise them.
Sure, sure, sure. So, talking about, few tips for mental health, around mental health issues. So there is, a well set, structured method for each and every issue around. So there are, clinical cases, then there are subclinical cases, then even in, mental health field, there are, apart from clinical, subclinical, there is a domain where people take up more than that, like self improvement, what we call as, positive psychology. Obviously, coaching is also something which is mostly aligned with this aspect of self growth, self improvement, and positive psychology. So okay, so talking about, identifying or maybe some tips for good mental health. So I think, in general, I would suggest, instead of, tapping on to some kind of
Yeah.
issues, so mostly I think, yeah, rather than pinpointing some quick hacks, I think the very first thing is to acknowledge
Hmm.
that, is there something wrong going on,
Hmm.
and to acknowledge that we need a little bit of self reflection.
Hmm.
Am I getting affected emotionally, and am I getting frequent, getting into arguments frequently? Am I getting frequent comments or maybe perspectives from people around me that, okay, you are not being yourself, this is something which you need to,
Hmm.
address, you need to discuss upon, this is something which is maybe problematic. So that is the self reflection part, and the best way of self reflection is, journaling also.
Hmm.
And for just people who want to stay mentally healthy, I would suggest that, practicing gratitude is something which really helps
Hmm.
to build, yourself the confidence that, okay, these are the things, these are the positive sides that I have. So this is something which I personally also practice. And obviously, staying physically fit also helps a lot in being into that state of mind of, where we can think properly, and when we can use our rational mind in a better way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, no, as you can say, like, if you find yourself in chaos more and more in life, no? Like, there are problems, there are fights, as you said, arguments, and things are not working out, you're directly getting feedback like, you need to work on this. So, very well said. Journaling is an amazing way to, reflect, or maybe, start reflecting. The awareness of I really have a problem, that is the first step.
Right.
And to maybe as a daily habit, gratitude really helps. It
Yes.
has been a game changer for even personally for me, when I had a, bad time with my, professional life. So it really, helped me get back, or maybe I would say reclaim my, self confidence, self worth. So that really helps. It's no, thank you for the coach who introduced this practice. And since then, it's never, never a day like I have not, invested some time in, uh, you know or talking, or maybe, thinking about what you're grateful for.
Mhm.
And
Absolutely.
as you finally said, about being mindful, and also being fit, like being conscious, like you need to be fit physically to
Right.
really, really look at, like, everything is going fine, the machinery is working well, right? So moving on, I want to know, like, if Shivani, we want to work with you, what kind of services you offer? Are you like, around your practice? Can you share a little bit about what you offer your clients?
Sure, sure, sure. So I mostly work with, self improvement part, what we call it as a, the positive psychology aspect of it, building resilience, and also having mild anxiety issues or maybe overthinking issues. And then also I do offer a course for young adults, which I have named it as a soulful growth program. There we mostly upon the aspects which gets really difficult when we get into the transition stage, like decision making, how to go about having a balanced approach while making decisions. Like just to give an example, emotional and rational mind, how to not to neglect just one aspect. So this is one thing which is coming to my mind right now. And then there are a lot of other things, being consistent with your growth. So all these are the aspects which I work upon. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is interesting. So tell me, like, no, though you have shared about the programs that you offer, how do people connect with you? Like, where we can find you? Talk about your channel and your community. I'm part of your community, and you are doing consistent efforts to engage and contribute, and in fact, helping people, with those self awareness,
Right.
assessments that you offer.
Right.
So tell me, like, how we can connect with you, like if somebody wants to
Yes.
learn.
Thank you for mentioning the community as well. So yeah, that is also something which I have been hosting, running, and guiding. It's a small community right now. So we mostly do activities related to self reflection there, as I mentioned. Then I also guide and share some affirmations that we can practice daily, and exercises which we can do for being staying like mentally healthy as well. So yeah, that is about the community. And about how you can connect with me is, you can you know maybe okay, you can have okay, is this something which we can add into the description section, the contact
Yeah,
details?
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You can drop in the comment section.
Comment section.
Yeah.
So you can find me on LinkedIn as well, as my name. You can just type Shivani Thumar, and you can find me there on the LinkedIn also. I'm there on the Topmate also if you wish to book a session. So Topmate is somewhere you can find me. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So her channel Sound Mind Podcast is there on YouTube. She's available on LinkedIn, and we will be dropping the details on the description as well, and in the comment section if you want to connect with her. And lovely talking to you, Shivani, because this is like, we can talk for hours on this
Sure,
topic, and
sure, sure.
it's a complete, I would say, a syllabus around mental health and well-being. But for today alone, I want to learn from you, like what message you want to give, as this conversation we are closing, to the audience.
Okay. So a message I would like to, since our topic of conversation was around self doubt and negative thoughts. So I would suggest 4 steps of, how we can go ahead and practice when if we are facing, any challenge and we are into self talk. So first is something is, acknowledge that you are having that negative thought, and what you are feeling right now, that okay, I'm feeling this way, so this is something which is going to be throughout my life. So this acknowledge this, that this is just a pattern. Second thing is, a lit if it's possible, little bit think rationally, find ways to overcome, how you can go about any challenge. And then having flexibility with, if there is some approach which is not working, be flexible enough to move towards another approach, try exploring options. And finally, obviously, the last stage, if this also doesn't work, be absolutely not have any kind of shame or shyness to seek help from your people around you, and as we say that coaches, mental health professionals, whatever you need at that stage. So this is my small, quick tip for everyone for the day.
So this is beautiful. This is something that I have executed, I think, the last year,
Mhm.
because though you may this self-negative talk is
Mhm.
there in your head, and I think that for high achiever it's there more for them. And I remember I could catch myself last year, like, no, though everything is going well, there is nothing major trouble in my life with my
Mhm.
work and business, but still there is something that runs in my head, and it brings down my energy, like, it morale, like, I don't feel good. Let me put it simple, I don't feel good when this is running in my head, and I could catch myself.
Right.
And I thought, okay, let me do something about it, as you were telling, let's do
Absolutely.
something about this.
Absolutely.
And gratitude, I'm doing everything else is going on well. And no, there are sometimes there are certain things don't work, like,
Mm-hmm.
other things are there, like life में कोई problem नहीं है, but still there is something in your head that is bothering you, and it's not serving me at all. It's not serving me at all. So I remember, going for a program, a short
Mm-hmm.
program for a month where I learned certain techniques to heal myself. So,
Mm-hmm.
so taking support, where you either
Right.
go for a program, go for a mentor, to take that support, apply that strategy. And I
Exactly.
think today, if I have to compare that last year to this year, with that practice of that 1 month practice, and maybe consciously I have, put in my daily practice to really catch myself, and uh, counter that to make it empowering. Like, how do I negate it that the impact is not there? And it has helped me that I've neutralized it. So
Mm-hmm.
I no more feel like, I'm not feeling good. So I feel
Mm-hmm.
good. So I have come to a place where I feel good
That's
about
good to hear. Yeah.
right. So no, so though nobody came to know in my household, I think I have spoken about this to my clients, because it's all internal. There's nothing on.
Mm-hmm.
There's no pain, or there is no problem around it. But
Mm-hmm.
the best part is you need to really catch yourself, as that you said,
Exactly. True.
acknowledging it,
Knowledge.
like there are things that is not serving your mental peace. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
take action, find somebody. If you don't know anyone, connect with Shivani. She will help you. And very simple techniques are there. We can, set things right. That
Right.
serves us. Okay. So thank you so much. I know was a completely different topic. No, but I took the opportunity to talk about it because, as gave you my example, I
Mm-hmm.
really had this. It is like nobody knows that I've
Mm-hmm.
done something like this. So there are some lot of hidden things.
Mm-hmm.
High performing individuals, we don't tend to talk about our vulnerabilities,
Right.
but there are experts like you who can help. So thank you so much
Sure.
for this conversation. So I'll see you soon sometime with another topic, and we'll keep connecting. Okay.
Yes, yes, I'll be happy to. Yeah.
Thank you,
And thank
dear.
you so much for having me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Take care. Bye
Take
bye.
care. Bye. Good night.